You that since I got here a little less than half an hour, or a little more than half an hour ago, the traffic has certainly calmed down, but I could tell you where I'm at here in the parking lot of the subway and the Curry Express right outside the main entrance. There are several uniformed soldiers here waiting to get inside, because if you look this way towards this main gate, you see that it is actually blocked off. In the last 2 minutes, this van has come and parked in such a way that he is literally physically blocking the lane. You know, in these sort of instances, you just never know what the actual threat is, and so something like this, you see these at big parades often, or big events where you know there's going to be a lot of people, and they just prevent something else from happening. And so that is one possible reason as to why that van is parked here. But we know that Fort Stewart remains on lockdown. We know the Governor Brian Kemp, is monitoring this situation from Atlanta. He just tweeted a moment ago that he and his family have the victims, plural, in their hearts and prayers. But as of now, it is, at least here from the main gate, has kind of calmed down. But I want to caution when I use that phrase, because I don't want to say that this is a calm situation. We know that there is a lot of work underway inside this base, and as Brooke was talking about, if you go and start scrolling through social media, you'll start to see more and more information about this. I want to flip around and give you one better look of this area. This is actually, I do this as many Hinesville police vehicles seem to be exiting Fort Stewart at this point. Now they are leaving without lights and sirens, which tells me that they are not necessarily in a hurry. It also tells me that, you know, certainly you can see how many Hinesville cops are here. And certainly Fort Stewart is in the city of Hinesville, so that makes sense to see a lot of them here. They would be that first agency to come and assist Fort Stewart with any sort of situation. But see, that many in one place is certainly a rarity. On my way down here, I've seen forgive me, it's not Georgia State Patrol, it's not Motor Vehicle Compliance, it's that new state agency. I've also seen Savannah police out here. We know Bryan County deputies have sent at least 5 deputies out here to Fort Stewart, and we know Richmond Hill police have sent additional officers. This is an all hands on deck effort, and as Brooke mentioned and I mentioned in my first hit, Fort Stewart is far away from everything else. It is going to take time for these additional law enforcement officers to get here, and that's it's time that these law enforcers here on Fort Stewart just don't have. And so you're going to see, I've seen several Facebook posts of folks saying, why do I see a bunch of Savannah police officers here in Liberty County? Well, you see that because of what's called mutual aid agreements. It's in these sort of situations where you have these big deal situations where you as one department can't cover it on your own. You're going to need the help of your brothers and sisters in blue from other agencies that can come and assist, and that is what's happening here. So, you know, if you live around the area and you've seen cops that you don't normally ever see, that is likely why they are in this area at this point. But I'm going to flip around one more time and give you another look of this this main gate here at Fort Stewart. I'm going to zoom in, and you can see that well, you can see there's really no one in line, because they have blocked off the entire entrance, this main gate here outside of Fort Stewart, here at gate 1, I believe. We've seen lots of law enforcement officers, and we anticipate that will continue. We've also seen several ambulances running away, or driving away, I should say, from Fort Stewart with their lights and sirens on. That would indicate to me that they do have a patient inside. Here's a Hinesville police officer leaving the scene. You know, all these cops leaving certainly sounds like a good thing, but we just don't know what's happening inside there. We are waiting follow-up information from Fort Stewart, Hinesville Police, the Liberty County Sheriff. We've reached out to all these different agencies to try and get some sort of information. As I turn around right here, I see another one of our crews pulling up in the parking lot here. We are bringing all of our team out here to cover this story the best we can, to get you that information as quickly as we can, because we know in these situations, if you have someone that works or lives on Fort Stewart, you want answers just as we do, because this is a very scary situation, not knowing what is actually going on inside. For now, Brooke, I'm going to send it back to y'all, but we're going to stay out here at Fort Stewart, and we'll be back in just a moment.